CricketSong with Lunar Wisdom, and today I'm going to talk about karma, rebirth, law of return, sort of this whole idea. And the reason why I want to talk about this is I had someone message me, inbox me in regards to karma and rebirth. And they actually have some questions. So I'm going to read the questions and I'm going to answer the questions for you, okay? So the first question is, Hindus, and I'm reading this because I want to make sure I get the question right. Hindus and also many Wiccans, as far as I've seen, believe that the law of karma affects your future lives. For those children out there who die from starvation, what did they learn? If karma is there to make you learn, then why punish your bad deeds in future lives? And very few people can remember everything from previous lives, and some people don't remember anything at all. Why does karma affect lives that you don't remember? And furthermore, you may not even remember what you did wrong. Okay, so I understand what this individual was talking about. First of all, I don't really resonate with the idea of karma in the way that it is described in the Hindu beliefs, and I don't believe that karma affects your future lives. I usually, when I'm talking about, reincarnation, I don't really use the word karma because there is so many different understandings of what karma means that I just generally don't use it when I'm talking about reincarnation. I just don't. It's so convoluted with so many different ideas that if you say the word karma, 10 million different people think they know what you're talking about, and you may not even mean any of them. So I generally work with and resonate strongly with the idea of the law of return, meaning everything that I do, all my intentions that I send out, is returned to me. And I do not go by the number three. I just believe that if I send out good intentions will come back to me. Sort of like the idea of the law of attraction. If I'm sending out bad intentions and I'm vibrating on a lower level vibration, then that's what I will experience because that stuff is sort of attracted to me as well. I'm resonating and aligning myself with those ideas and those feelings and those intentions. So I believe that in this lifetime, whatever I sort of send out to other people and other situations and align with, that's what I will experience. So the other thing that I don't really resonate with is the idea that there are lessons that we must learn. If there are lessons that I must learn, I truly, honestly believe that I'm the one who feels the need to learn these lessons. I do not believe there is some higher power out there setting up lessons for me to learn in this lifetime, unless that higher power is myself. The reason why I don't like the idea of lessons is, for me, it really feels like that in a lesson you can have a right and a wrong answer. And I do not believe that my life is about right and wrong answers. I believe that my life is about experiences. And there is no right or wrong way to experience something for me. It's what's right for me and what may not be most beneficial for me. So I really don't resonate with the idea that there are lessons to learn. So it's hard for me to answer, for those children out there who die from starvation, what did they learn? I don't feel like they learned anything because I don't believe there was anything to learn from that. But I do feel like there was an experience that they had. And I don't believe that the experience is a right or wrong experience, nor do I believe it's a good or bad experience. However, I do understand that as I look at that, I understand that they went through some sort of experience that might be unpleasant for me. And I'm sure it's unpleasant for them, but I don't feel like I can really truly understand the experience unless I lived it. And I feel like when we are no longer in a physical form, our perceptions change. And when we're here in the physical form, it's easier for us to judge things as good or bad or right or wrong because we are in a limited physical form. But once we are pure non-physical, that perception changes greatly, and there is no right or wrong when we're pure physical, non-physical. There's no good or bad when we are pure physical because we are not hindered by human understandings and human emotions and human experiences. We just see everything as an experience, an expression of what is what we're able to have here on the physical plane. And sometimes those physical experiences are not as pleasant as others, but that leads to having pleasant experiences. It's sort of the idea that if you didn't experience things you didn't like, or you didn't experience things that were uncomfortable, then you wouldn't be able to understand what the polar opposite of that is. So the next topic I wanted to discuss is the person who sent me the message asked, if karma is there to make you learn, then why punish your bad deeds in the future lives as opposed to now? Again, I don't feel like there are lessons, and I don't feel like there are punishments and rewards. Because for me, when we talk about being punished or being rewarded, that's coming from a higher source or a higher power, and I don't feel like that's the purpose. I feel like the higher power or the higher source or God herself or deity is everyone and everything in all of us, that we are part of that, we are manifestations of that, and through the physical manifestations, that's how the universe expands and grows and understands itself. And in that, I am not being punished or rewarded. I am just receiving back that which I gave. So I don't feel like if I do bad things, the universe is going to punish me. I feel like if I do something that resonates on a lower level or an uncomfortable or a destructive vibration, then that's what I'm going to experience. It's sort of, it's just a response. It's not an intelligence saying, CricketSong was bad, so now I'm going to punish her. I don't feel like that's how it works. So I don't feel like we are being punished. That's not how I perceive this experience. And then the subscriber went on and talked about past lives and how not everybody can remember everything from their past lives, and some people don't remember anything at all. And if this idea of karma is punishing you in future lives, why would it do that if you don't really remember what you did? How are you going to learn anything from that? It seems sort of ridiculous. And again, I do believe in past lives. I do believe in past lives or congruent lives that are happening at the same time, because I feel like time is really an illusion anyway, so everything is happening right now. So I do believe that there are either congruent lives that I'm leading right now, or if you want to look at it in a linear way to understand it, I do believe in past lives. Now, I feel like some people don't remember their past lives experience because there's no reason for them to remember that there is no benefit from them in remembering their past lives. And I feel like the individuals who do remember past lives is because there's a purpose for them remembering these things, because it will help them some way in their current experience. So if you're an individual that doesn't remember past lives, I feel like then there's a purpose for you not to remember that. You've completed that. There's no reason you wouldn't gain anything from remembering that. And I feel like before we became a physical being on this life, on this plane, we chose what life we were going to live in order for us to experience that which we set out to experience. And sometimes we have an understanding that we want to carry these memories from the previous experiences because it can help us. But once we're born in the physical, we're distracted by all the other physical sensations, and those memories sort of get lost. And that's why sometimes doing past life regressions or having past life readings is helpful, because we wanted to use that information in our current experience because it would be beneficial in some way. Now, I understand that sometimes it can be very difficult for others to look at the lives that we choose or chose and make some sort of understanding as to why we chose what we did, when from their perspective what we're going through is very difficult and very hard and very terrible, and we have a lot of suffering. But from our perspective, we may not view it in that way because of what we're going through and how we're experiencing that. And I think some issue will come when we as individuals look at other people's lives and judge it in any way and say, oh my God, that person's suffering so bad, that's a terrible past life. Really, we cannot understand that because we're not in their shoes, we're not living their lives, and what may look unfavorable to us and may look like suffering to us may not be suffering at all, and that individual may be living a very content life, a very happy life, because that is what they know, that is what they're experiencing. It's natural for us to look at things and judge things because that's the way that we can get understanding as to whether that is something we desire or something we don't. But I feel like the issues come when we judge it and then put our beliefs and our judgments upon the person experiencing it and expect them to react in the same way we are. And that's when things get sort of convoluted and difficult. Because I feel like it's really impossible for us to do that because we don't have the history that that person has, and we don't have all the experience up to that point. And for us to put our beliefs and our judgment and our feelings onto that person in their circumstance is really doing everyone an injustice in that scenario. But if you're looking at an experience and saying, oh, that's not good for me, I don't want to experience that, that sort of judgment is okay. Because you need to decide those things. Is it good or bad for you? Is it something that you want to experience or something you don't want to experience? So like I generally, we can't really grasp things from other people's experience. We can only grasp them and understand them from our experience because this is where we are right now. We can try to understand, but we really truly can't get the full experience. So those were the answers to the questions. I feel like karma doesn't affect your future life. I feel I don't really resonate with the idea of karma. I really don't see punishments or rewards. Hopefully I answered the questions for that person who emailed me. If you have any thoughts or insights on any of this, please comment or make a video response. If you do make a video response, please include the link. I want to watch your videos. And as always, I love you.